Hey everybody, and welcome to Slowpoke Racing. Sorry about the pause there. I'm just checking to see whether we are actually broadcasting, and I'm not sure if we are or not. So if anybody is watching, if you can just jump in and let me know. In fact, I'm just messaging somebody to ask them if we can check. So anyway, I will crack on just in case we are live and I'm not talking to myself. Right, we're here with the Ultimate Racing League. This is Slowpoke Racing. I'll start all the way from the very beginning, and we're with the AM2 guys, and we are halfway through, or almost halfway through. Now then, I've got a special guest with me today to help me with the comms because I'm still suffering with my cough. So I would like to introduce Harry Poppins. Are you there, Harry Poppins?
Hello there, Mark. How you doing?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you, and thank you for inviting me along to the AM2s. This looks like it's going to be a good race at
Yeah,
night as well.
these guys are fantastic. Now, those that are not quite sure who Harry Poppins is, he is from the top split, the split one. I can never remember what Pro Split One, but he's taken a bit of a break through work and personal commitment. So just to keep his eye on things, I've asked him to come and join me with the comms. So he knows a little bit about sim racing, to say the least. Is that about right, Mark? I'm calling you Mark Harry Poppins. That's his real name.
Mark, you know, Eminem, as some calls it, Eminem show. Who knows? It could go that way. Yeah, taking a break from the racing. You know, many years racing on a Sunday. Got back up to where we wanted to be, but yeah, it's just kind of like faded a little bit for me. So have a step back, take a breather, come back fresh next season, and enjoy the commentary with yourself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah.
Yeah, all good stuff. Well, we're going to kick off. As I say, we're with the AM2 guys. We are not quite halfway through. This is round 5. Well, we are halfway through, isn't we? This is round 5. And we're over in Georgia, in USA, at Road Atlanta, just north of Braselton. 2.5 miles, 12 turns, including the famous S's. They are somebody else's words, not mine. But they are a bit of a pig, those S's. Do you like this track, Mark?
Yes, it's not too bad. I raced it a couple of seasons ago, didn't I, in the Suzuki Swift.
That's right, yeah.
It's one of those types of tracks. A Group 4 car, I feel like it's kind of suited to a Group 4. When you stick in like a Group 3, like what was it last season, racing in the Mustang? Very wide car, very powerful, very difficult to overtake. You know, because it's almost like an American replica of Brands Hatch, isn't it? Because it's quite narrow, so it's quite easy to go off. So it's a very enjoyable track. If you're zoned in, then yeah, it's probably one of the best tracks from GT7 in my eyes. Might not be everybody's eyes, but especially in my eyes, yeah. If you're nailing every corner, every lap, yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, it is a good track, and I'm sure these boys are going to show us just how good it really is. So, without further ado, we will crack on. Now, I will bring you the league tables at the start of next week. Now, next week is the start of the endurance races.
Yes.
So it's just going to be a single 50-minute race converted into laps. And so there'll be all 3 tyre compounds to be used, so a couple of pit stops. Very tactical next week. This week we've just got 2 races, the out-and-out sprint race on soft tyres, and race 2 is mediums and hards to be used. So let's just have a quick look down the grid, shall we? Bandit has got himself on pole. We can't really see a lot, can we, because it's dark and we've got the headlights, but Bandit has got himself on pole position where he likes to be, up at the pointy end. Then we've got Firepower just behind him in second, so he's going to be putting in a good challenge. I'm sure he's not going to let Bandit get it all his own way. Then we've got Max in third, Hawkeye is fourth, fifth on the grid is Daddy Dims. Then we've got Steel in sixth, Castor in seventh, Smith is eighth, Sister X is ninth, Sid in 10th. We love it when Sid's on track. Golden Lugnuts is 11th, and Addy, or Addy, we'll call him Addy, is in 12th. Yeah, Addy is in 12th. So get back to the normal camera and we'll get this one underway, shall we? Now, the thing with this track is there are no corner names. They are just numbers, or no corner names that I can find. So
no corner names in that, but I don't know whether people are listening and stuff like that, but you know, Road Atlanta does actually have quite a steep history, doesn't it? Because this actual track was founded in 1969 by a chap called David Sloyer, Earl Walker and Arthur Montgomery. So this track was actually opened in 1970.
So it's been around a while.
50, it has been around a while.
55 years. Wow, 55 years, Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
But no corner names.
But no, yes, exactly that. Yeah, but no corner names.
We may well give it a few names as we're going along. But as we follow them down the S's, this is, as I say, the famous S's. Turns 2, 3, and 4. Then you get down to the bottom of the turn 4, and then you're into turn 5, which is one that likes to throw a few penalties in your direction. But I was going to say everybody's got through, but it looks like Smith has fell foul of the turn 5 penalty system. Then we go into turn 6 and 7. We've got Sid, System, Lugnuts, Addy, and Castrian. What's happened to Castrian? Not the start he would have dreamt about last night.
Is Castrian going in the spin of shame? Is he tonight?
Oh,
actually, we'll let him off with that. That's not a spin of his own.
I think he had a bit of help.
He had a bit of help from Cole Trickle. That's what that car reminds me of, you know, the mellow yellow.
Oh, the mellow yellow. Yeah, well, it was Days of Thunder, isn't it?
That's the one. That's unfortunate, that is. Yeah.
It is. I think we'll let the stewards deal with that one. Max has carried on. I'm not sure what Max knew about it.
But Max may well deny it, though, to the stewards, you know.
Yeah, we'll let them talk about that one. It's not for us to get involved with, but what it has done is it's actually put Castrian all the way down at the back, so a bit of catching up for Castrian. Excuse me. Up at the front, though, we've got Bandit still leading Firepower with Hawkeye. Hawkeye's made his way up into third now, so a good start for Hawkeye. Then Daddy Dims in 4 with Steele, Max and Smith chasing. So Max has had a bit of an issue somewhere.
I see Smith's about to serve last time, and say he may well lose a spot to Sid just behind him.
He's got Sid chasing.
He's got the momentum there, hasn't he? So I think he's coming up the inside. Yeah.
It's going to be a tight one. This chicane is not very forgiving, but well done, Sid. Yeah, onto the brakes just in time. Nice move. I'd have been proud of that one myself, actually. So well done to Sid for getting us through there. Then we go through turns 10, 11, and then 12, the final turn before crossing the start-finish line. To start lap 2. So a bit later on we'll do our usual thing and we'll jump on board with one of the drivers who can take us all the way around. Oh, Smith, ouch. That is going to hurt, Mark.
Yes, that is going to hurt. Not only has he got front end damage, but he's got engine damage as well, and I mean
that was a good hit, wasn't it?
I didn't want to say it because when Sid took that chicane, it's literally like, well, you know, it's very surprising that an American car that can actually corner, but Sid on turn 1, it's come back, hasn't it? So it's like, oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, we only have straight roads in the States, so I don't know what that was.
Yeah, damage to the engine, as you quite rightly pointed out, damage at the front, so it's going to take him a little while for those nanobots to sort that lot out.
It will do, but on the other hand as well, it's Castrian's actually caught up, so at least it's a little bit of a boost for Castrian that, you know, he's not all the way back now. So I know
give him somebody to race, hasn't it?
Exactly.
So Bandit still out in front and starting to open up a little bit of a gap. Hawkeye has managed to, Firepower must have had a bit of an issue. Hawkeye's picked up half a second. Daddy Dims has gone through to third with Firepower in fourth. So Firepower, we're sorry we missed that one, but he's had a bit of an issue, but he's back on it. He's look at the battle we've got going on behind with Max and Steele as we come down the back straight. This is where everybody camps out and you can see them all to the left and right, so give all the campers a wave as we go by. But what a race between Max and Steele. Max with just a bumper's depth in front, I think, as he got the inside line into the chicane.
To be fair, I thought oh look at this, we have somebody else that we've just caught you.
It's Steele. It's going to be a long night if we have to keep going back and looking at these, but Steele down into the chicane. Oh,
fair play to him though. He did outbrake himself and he tried to avoid the car in front. So
it was Firepower, wasn't it? It looks like somebody else is going across. System X as well. Oh, it's all happening now at the back, isn't it?
Well, you know what they say, Mark. It's one of those tracks, isn't it? Atlanta. It's very narrow. It's very difficult to pass.
It's a tough one.
To miss your braking point.
You carry too much speed. Oh, and Max is facing the wrong way as well. Oh,
this is going to be a long night, isn't it?
It's all happening now. Poor old Max. We're not laughing at Max. We're laughing at the fact that he's about the 5th or 6th car that's gone off already. So Max now down in 10th with Castrian and Smith. Smith is, well, we saw him, the almighty smash he had. Who else had gone off? I think it was Steele, wasn't it?
Steele had gone off as well, yeah.
Oh, we've got another yellow flag. So, well, I can't see anything on the map. So, back up to the top. Somebody who's missing out on all of the fun is Bandit. He's really opened up a lead. He's got the fastest lap at 127.9. That's a decent lap, actually, for Bandit.
He needs to slow down a little bit, doesn't he, and have a little bit of a race.
He needs to get involved. He needs to get involved. Now we've got Hawkeye in second with Firepower, just dropping into the slipstream of Hawkeye. Now he's got to be careful because we've already seen 2 or 3 accidents already as they come hurtling down towards the chicane. It's getting that car stopped in time to make this left and then right-hander, but both Hawkeye and Firepower now seem to have it sussed. One good thing I do like about the night racing is the fact that you can see those brake discs glowing red hot as these guys try and get these cars slowed down.
It doesn't look like Firepower's letting Hawkeye get away, is he? So
he's not, is he?
No.
Let's jump on board with Firepower, shall we? As we come up to turn 2, a very tricky blind turn into this right-hander. Again, you can pick up the penalties there. But both Hawkeye and Firepower get through there. Quick look behind us. We can see Steele trying to get onto the back of Firepower, but a bit of work ahead of him. As we go into turn 5, this is the one where you pick up the penalties, but very nicely done there from Firepower. Down towards turn 6 and 7, a double right-hander.
That's not too bad from Steele when you actually think he actually had an off as well, so he's actually still sitting in 4th.
He's doing a good job at catching up again. He's trying to recover, and he's doing a good job actually. Looks like he's getting a little bit closer. Now Firepower into the slipstream of Hawkeye. I've noticed with this track though, it doesn't really kick in until you're practically on top of the chicane.
Yes. Yeah, this is a bit of a funny back straight, isn't it? Yeah, so as soon as you start going down the corner here, that's only when it starts.
This is where,
it's very easy to miss your braking point on this as well.
Yeah, you have to be very careful, don't you, when you're in the slipstream coming down there. But both Hawkeye and Firepower both through there. So we shall get out of Firepower's car because he doesn't need a big fat lump like me sitting in there with him, slowing him down. And we'll just have a quick look and see what's happening elsewhere. Steele, as you say, has made his way up into 4th, and he does look like he's getting up to the back of those two.
He is, yes.
Addy, a great start from Addy up to 5th now. I know he's been helped with a few offs, but again, you've got to be up there. So Addy in 5th. Then we've got System X. We've got Sid in...
Have an off. I do believe we just had an off.
Sid. Bit of grass cutting, but back on the track. He's got to be careful though, because he's got dirty tyres now, and he's just coming into the S's. So, has he got out of the way? Yes, he has. He's just got out of the way of Lugnuts. I think Sid actually moved out of the way on purpose there, and he's got Castrian chasing him down. Castrian putting him under all sorts of pressure as they go through turn 5. There may have been a little bit of a touch there from Castrian on Sid, but they are both still facing the right way, which is the main thing.
And when you think about that as well, because Castrian's caught up as well, so that's it's like another thing with this track, isn't it? You might have had an off in the first lap or two because it's so tight, and especially you're driving an American car that doesn't particularly like to corner anyway. So you've had several go off. So I mean, you think Castrian now he's right on the back of Sid. So,
he's right in the mix of it again now, isn't he? Exactly. Plenty of racing ahead of us. We've got another 14 laps, so we're only on lap 5 of 19. We've got Daddy Dims just behind it in 11th, catching up with Castrian and Sid. We'll just keep an eye on these two as they go into the chicane, and look at the damage on the front of Castrian's car as he goes up the hill, under the little bridge, and then down the other side to complete lap 5 as side by side across the line. Oh, Sid's gone off to mow the lawn again. He's back on. I tell you what, Sid is an absolute master of getting that car back on track.
He is. Fair play to you, Sid.
Yeah, that could have ended very, very wrong for Sid, but well done to him. Then we've
He's
got
gone off in the same position again now, hasn't he? Because he's coming down for the S's, and now Daddy Dims has caught him up, so he's not going to have the dirty tyres. So, and Sid's picked up half a second penalty somewhere. So.
Yeah, I think Sid just needs to slam the brakes on a bit, about 10 metres earlier, just to slow it down a little bit. Then we've got Smith in 11th, still playing catch up with Golden Lugnuts down in 12th, a long way off the pace. But look at the gap that Bandit is now opening up as he comes down towards the chicane for the 6th time. Quite a decent gap. Firepower has managed to get by Hawkeye. Oh, where's Hawkeye gone? He's had a bit of a moment as well. He was in P2, wasn't he? Firepower now was in P2. Steel is in P3 with Addy in 4th, System X 5th, and then Max in 6th. Hawkeye dropping down to 7th, so I'm not quite sure what happened to him, but he now finds himself in 7th. He was having a good start to this race as well, Mark.
He was. I don't. This is obviously race 1.
Sorry, I lost you.
I was just going to say it's either me or would have something wrong with the screen, because Hawkeye's on the hards.
Do you know, you're right. You are right. Well spotted. So Hawkeye put the hard tyres on for some reason.
Okay, so
I think they're.
Would you say rookie error there, because he's racing on the hards? And
do you know what? I think
no pits.
I think one of the managers is one of the pit crews going to get the sack after this.
I would imagine so, because everybody else will be on the softs, yeah. But to be fair, I mean, he's 6th, so he's not doing too bad.
He was in P2 at one point, so now maybe that's just a glitch. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a glitch. Maybe he is on the hards. But there was. I don't. Yeah, we shall see. I've just noticed that Max has picked up a 1 second penalty. Max, he had a good start to the race, but these penalties are not helping. If we go back up to the top, let's have a look and see what's happening with Bandit. Still out in front, still clocking up the fast laps. A 1:26.8 on lap 5.
He's checked out already, Mark, hasn't he, Bandit, by the look of him? Look how far ahead he is. Barring he has some sort of off. He's gone. He's off to the races. He's done.
Ian says cracking sky on lap 6. Oh, the cracking sky. he's looking at the scenery, Firepower, instead of actually concentrating on the race. But he's in P2, so welcome aboard, Ian. He's watching us now live. So that's Firepower in P2. We've got Steele in P3. Oh, Steele with a half-second penalty, but that's not going to affect his track position. Let's have a look. Addy is just too far back, and Addy went very deep into turn 5 as well. Let's just see if he gets away with it. No, he didn't. I thought he'd gone a bit too deep into turn 5.
It is a tricky one, that turn 5, isn't it? Only just slightly over, and you'll get a half-second penalty. Just if you can pull the car back in just before the curve finishes.
I think the trouble with turn 5 is it's a corner you can take very, very quickly, but you will get penalised for it. It's one you want to take at full throttle, but as I say, you will get penalised. So penalties being served. Addy has served his. Now then, his System X is going to get by. I think he's got the momentum. This is going to be interesting as they come down towards the chicane. No, System X backs out, but is Max having a look? Oh, where's he gone? Max is having a look up the inside. He now gets himself alongside Addy as they climb the hill to go under the bridge, down the other side, through turn 12 and across the line. It is Addy just holding Max off. Max really is pushing hard. He wants to get back up there again. And look at this little battle behind as well. We've got Hawkeye on those hard tyres. 3 wide into turn 1.
Never seen that before.
Well, that was never going to end well, was it?
Never worked.
That was
2 at a push. 2 at a push, Mark. 2, yeah.
That is why you don't see 3 wide, Mark. Poor old Hawkeye was on the receiving end of that, so unfortunate.
Oh, we're off. He's off. He's gone off as well. It must be. I'll tell you what. It must be quite hard for Hawkeye to be driving around on them hards. I know they're going to. I mean, they should be kind of warm by now on lap 9. I mean, if you can manage to keep it on the track.
He's on hard tyres. They're dirty as well after that off.
He will be absolutely screaming over the radio at his pick.
He will be telling somebody off. I was just going to have a look and see if we've got a bit of a battle further up the field, but we haven't. Bandit is still way out in front. Firepower in second. Steele is in third, despite serving a penalty on the last lap. So the top three on the podium at the minute, and it looks pretty safe actually for all three of them.
Yes.
There is a gap back to Max. Now Max is he's got other things on his mind at the minute. He's got a mirror full of Addy. We did say we were going to go on board with somebody, didn't we? So shall we jump on board with Max as he's just coming through turn 12?
Why not? Let's go for a ride in the mellow yellow machine, shall we? Yeah.
So we're going to do a full lap. Quick look behind us just to make sure we're okay. So into turn 1 then, the right-hander. A little dab of the brakes, then back on the power again, using as much of this track as possible. Up the hill towards turn 2 then, blind turn 2, hard on the brakes. And then into the right-hander, trying to avoid picking up a penalty there. And then we start on down the hill and through the famous S's at turns 3, 4, and down to the bottom here. Again into the braking zone, left-hander of turn 5, again avoiding going too deep into that turn and picking up any more penalties. A quick look behind and we're okay as we come down towards turn 6. First of the double right-handers, and then turn 7. Now this one you have to brake a little bit harder than you think you do, otherwise you're going to end up out there in the grass. And then it is whack your foot down on the noisy pedal all the way down this back straight, waving to the crowds on the right and all the campers on the left there. And then we carry on down again, a bit of a blind crest here before we start the descent down towards the chicane at turns 10, well turn A and 10B surprisingly enough, but there we go. So left and then a right. This one's a bit of a tricky exit as well because you start on up the hill. Again, a bit of a blind turn into turn 11 and then through turn 12 to complete the lap. So thank you to Max.
Fantastic lap back. You see that where you say they go up onto the right for that blind turn? So what they really need to do is as they're going up, they want to get as far to the right as they can. So they're basically, it's almost like cutting the curb on the right hand side just as they go under the bridge. Just to try
so you can get the power back down again nice and early.
Exactly.
But
if you're hanging it out too far on the left, you're not that far from the grass. So
a good lap there from Max. I've just shot up to the pointy end because it looks like Firepower is actually gaining on Bandit. Now we're on a lap 11 of 19, so we've got about 8 laps to go still, and it does look like that gap has closed in. Firepower is definitely on a mission. Now Bandit's last. Oh, now then, what's happened to Bandit? Look, a 134 for lap 10. So he's had a bit of an issue, hasn't he? Firepower 127, and that's very consistent. 127, 27, 20. So the last 4 laps have all been in the 27s for Firepower. So he's definitely on a mission, isn't he?
Exactly that. I mean, when you think, say, what's Bandit? Okay, the one at the top's flashing, so I don't know what that one is. So what you say, 27, 26, 27, 27. He's in clean air, so he's got nobody around him, so he can just concentrate. And when you think where Firepower was racing with steel and stuff like that, you know, the 129s, and now he's got a bit of open air and he's got nobody behind him, he can concentrate more on the track. So again, he's in the same sort of lap times as Bandit, so 27, 27, 27 1s, 4s, 9s, so okay, he's up to 28 2 in lap 11, but that's very consistent from Firepower.
It's good racing from Firepower, and the gap is definitely closing. Steele still sitting in third. He's got a decent bit of breathing space behind him. Back to Max, who we've just been on board with. Max is he's starting to get some consistent laps in now as well. Then we've got Addy in P5 with Castrian in P6. He's had a good recovery actually, Castrian. He had that off in the first right at the beginning of the race, didn't he? But he's had a good recovery race actually, and he's now starting to put Addy under a bit of pressure as we go around turn 7 to get himself back onto the back straight and to try and get into that slipstream of the car in front. Oh, and Addy's gone off. Where is he? There he is. Addy got it all completely wrong. Oh, on the exit of turn 7, the back end just carried on round. A bit of oversteer.
A bit of pressure from maybe, where's he gone? A bit of pressure from Castrian maybe.
I think it may have, yeah.
In on him.
A bit too keen. bit too keen on the old accelerator.
But as Cashin can prove, you know, I know we're only on lap 12, but he was all the way back in P11, so it's not over yet. Although he has got to defend from Hawkeye, but I do believe Hawkeye's going to take this.
Hawkeye should get that. Yeah, he's got the momentum down there. It's just whether he can get that car stopped on those hard tyres. As Addy, it looks like Addy went, oh, and he's got it all wrong. Oh, no. Oh, no. And that's just what we were saying. Another reset. Oh, this all gone wrong for Addy now. It has all gone wrong. He's down to P10. I think he'll hold on to P10. I think Golden Lugnuts is just a little bit too far back, but he's going to be on top of him pretty soon. So Addy needs to get his head back onto the game and calm down, deep breaths. Cones all over the track. It's either Roadworks or somebody's had another off somewhere else. And then we've got Sid down in 12th. Well, big gap from Sid to the rest of the pack. So he's had a bit of an issue as well, hasn't he?
As we say, Mark, it's one of those tracks, isn't it? It's like you can have a momentary lapse in concentration, and this track will bite you. So,
sorry, Mark, I've got to interrupt. Well, I don't know how far we're going to go back. Oh, I have to go back a long way. I just noticed we've had a change of lead, and Bandit has just got it completely wrong at the chicane. Oh, and the back end space spinning out all over the place. He's going to struggle to get that back on track now as Firepower goes through. So Firepower now takes up the lead of this race. I'm going to go forward.
I've got to say, I've got to apologise to Bandit, because you know when they say it's about the commentator's curse, because he checked out and that was it. I do apologise, Bandit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about Firepower. You just carry on. So I'm not going to say it's yours. So yeah, keep your head down, son, and you'll be all right.
Do you know what? It just goes to show, Mark, though, we've just been saying this track is a tricky track, and even the best of us, and as you said quite rightly, Bandit looked like he checked out. He got this race sewn up. And even he made a mistake. So Firepower now slips on through. I'm sure he's got a big grin on his face, although with 5 laps to go, I'm sure he's going to be sweating a little bit, because he's now out in the lead, and it's there for him. It's there. It's his to lose, as they say.
It is his. It's his to lose. So basically, all he's got to do is basically just carry on the way he's been doing for the last few laps. He's been doing some really consistent lap times, not just. Basically, it's the mentality you've got to have. It's blot that out. Yes, you're number one. You're number one on the board, but don't look at that number. Just carry on doing the laps that you're doing. Be consistent. I mean, he's even gone down into 126s. So
he's pushing hard now. He's pushing. He's got the bit between his teeth as Firepower. Steele has now moved up into P2 with Max up into 3rd. So all change on the podium, and Castrian up into 4th. Bandit trying to recover something from this race now. Has he left it a bit late? He's down in 5th. If he wants to get on the podium, he's got to get by Castrian as quick as he possibly can to get on after Max. Now he's into the slipstream as we come down this back straight, and is he going to dive to the inside? Yes, he does. Can he get that Corvette slowed down enough? Is Castrian going to give him enough room? Side by side as they go into the chicane. Bandit looking for the old switcheroo, and he gets himself alongside. Oh, great move from Bandit. Some good clean racing from the pair of them, as Castrian now drops down to 4th just behind Bandit. So Bandit can now concentrate on getting on after Max, who is not that far up the road, to be fair.
I think Bandit, to be fair, I think the minimum he deserves is a podium. No, nothing against Max. Of course, Max is doing really well to be up into 3rd, but Bandit looks like he's on a mission now, and he wants to step on that podium.
He's drove really well, hasn't he, Bandit, right up until that point, but like we said, it is a tricky track and it can catch you out. We are on lap 15 of 19, and Bandit is trying to chase after Max and get himself up onto the podium. Firepower is he's got a decent gap now, and he's just coming up to lap Sid, so I'm sure Sid will move out of his way.
Nice,
yeah, there we go.
Slipstream for him as well.
Yeah, a bit of a toe down that back straight, and a great move from Sid. He just moves over, slows down. He didn't do anything silly. He didn't just slam his brakes on. He let Firepower slip on through, and Firepower carries on his merry way. Steele in 2nd. Still, he's had a good race. We've got to say Steele has had a good race. He's had a couple of incidents, but got his head back down and just cracked on. There he is sitting there in second and looking good actually for the podium. Like we say, we don't want to put the curse on him. But still looking good for second. Max in third at the minute. He has got his foot on the podium, but look at that just behind him. Excuse me. We have got Bandit bearing down on him. Then Cashman in fifth. Daddy Dims. Let's just have a look and see if we can find another battle. System in seventh. Hawkeye still running on hard tyres. I would like to be in that briefing room after this race.
Yeah. You'd like to be part of that one.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting if Hawkeye is watching, or if anybody does know, just drop us some comments to let us know if Hawkeye is actually running hard tyres or it's a bit of a glitch and it's just showing us hard tyres. We've got Golden Lugnuts down in 10th. Not really seen much of Lugnuts. He's had a bit of a lonely race, really. Excuse me, I'm going to have a coughing fit now.
You okay there, Mark? Do you need a drink?
Sorry about that. So, yeah, Lugnuts down in 10th with Addy in 11th and Sid in 12th. So, lap 15 then, just coming to the end of it. Firepower start, he's on lap 17. Yeah, so Firepower on lap 17. 3 laps to go for him. Steele in second. Let's have a look then. Oh, now we've got a bit of a race. Let's go on board with Bandit, shall we? As we come up towards turn 1.
This is a man on a mission now, Mark, isn't it? You know, he was so far out in front, he must be really kicking himself that he had that off, and it cost him quite dearly. But you can just sense by the way that he's driving that Bandit wants that podium spot. He wants to stand on that podium.
He's almost driving, and he's putting Max under all sorts of pressure. Oh, now then! No!
Do you know what? I'm going to stop talking about these podiums, because every time I talk about the podium, somebody comes off. So
what a shame! It all went wrong for Max, I think, on the exit of turn 2. Just about here, he got himself out of shape, I think, and then as we entered into the S's, you can see he had to make a quick correction there at turn 3. Got across the grass and struggled to recover, and poor old Bandit, well, if he'd have seen it a little bit earlier, he may have been able to slow down, but he just got caught up, and I think that is challenge over for Bandit for the podium, as he now drops down to 6. Max has carried on through. Of course, he didn't do anything on purpose. He just got himself all out of shape.
It was just one of those things, wasn't it? You know, we saw when he was going down through the S's on the right hand side, he had a bit of tyres on there, which ultimately that threw him out to the left, so he cut quite a big chunk. But when you've got that car there and the tyres are absolutely dirty, you can see how he's struggling to slow the car and keep it straight. So yeah,
should he have waited? Do you think he should have waited to give the place back?
I mean, myself, I'll be a bit on the fence with it, because at the end of the day, he was up the inside already to that turn 5. But I mean, it's just unfortunate Bandit was there, because if Bandit wasn't there, he would have. I think Max. I don't think he would have gone off. But I mean, if I was looking for that on a steward's point myself, I'll probably say that's more. It's an unfortunate event, a racing incident. So
yeah,
if he deliberately turned into him, then yeah, I'd say you'd have to wait. But I think that would be a bit harsh on Max, from my point of view, as Bandit's trimming the grass.
He's trimming the grass now. So that doesn't look good, does it? That is just complete straight line. Is that a disconnect?
His lights are not flashing, so Hawkeye's slowing down.
I think that may be a disconnect for Bandit. Has he got the car going again? What a shame for Bandit. Oh, Hawkeye's gone off as well. What's going on here? Hawkeye, has he had a disconnect as well? He seemed to go very, very slowly, didn't he? Yeah, I think Hawkeye's having a bit of trouble as well.
That's very
what a shame. What a shame to the end of the race. So Hawkeye sort of gets going and then he's off again. Bandit is just about got his car going again now. It seems to be a week of disconnects. I've had a couple myself as well this week.
Oh, have you? Have you? I've not been on myself, so
Yeah, I've had a couple myself, and I think I heard somebody else saying that they'd had it. So maybe it's just Fanatec's having a bit of a meltdown this week. Maybe the rain's got
servers.
into the works or something.
So we do
So
have another yellow flag, so I'm assuming that's Hawkeye.
that's for Hawkeye that's parked up. So he's had a disconnect. Sid is going to now move on through then into 11th, but out in front on his final lap. Through the S's goes Firepower. Cannot believe his luck, and to be fair, he's got quite a big gap. Everybody getting the yellow flag as they go by Hawkeye. Steele in second. Max is in third. Castro in fourth. Daddy Dims is in fifth. Then we've got Smith in sixth. System X, Bandit, Golden Lugnuts, Addy down in 10th. Sid in 11th with poor old Hawkeye still parked up. Stuck to Barry R, but back up to the top, and we're going to stay with Firepower now as we watch him. He's going to be lapping Addy if he wants to. He's going to get a free tow down this back straight, but he doesn't need to do anything silly. He can afford to just follow Addy through these final few turns. There's no point trying to race the guy at the back, and the yellow flags are all out in force, aren't they? So
I do
Firepower.
believe somebody's been off just after the chicane,
So Firepower, I think he's just easing off, and I don't blame him as he comes around the final turn then to take the checkered flag, and a great win for Firepower. Well done to him. Steele is going to get second, and yeah, in my opinion, thoroughly deserved for Steele, so well done to him. Avoiding all the cones across the line here, flash of the lights, he's pleased with that, isn't he? Sid finishing in 12th. Max is going to get the third podium spot with Castro very close behind him in fourth.
And a very well good race from Castro as well. When you think he fell,
he went off
to 11th, and he was at least a quarter of the lap behind the other guys. So fair play to Castro. Fair play to Max still, and Firepower. Unlucky.
Daddy Dims 5th. Smith 6th, System X in 7th, and then we've got to go a long way back then for Golden Lugnuts, who is in 8th, all on his own. We'll give him a little bit of a hurry up. So Golden Lugnuts then around the final turn and across the line in 8th. Of course, it's going to be a reverse grid as well for race 2, so these guys will get their chance to get some decent points on the board. As Addy comes through the chicane, he's going to take 9th.
So has Hawkeye got going again then? Has he, or is he still stuck?
Oh, Bandit. Hawkeye has managed to get going, although I think he's being pushed along by Golden Lugnuts. Bandit, that has got to be some sort of disconnect, or he really is struggling to get out of the sandpit.
That's a real shame for him.
Yeah.
You think how far ahead he was leading and stuff like that. So yeah, they said the commentators cares, and I do feel bad for him because he was so far out in front, fastest lap, very consistent with the lap times, and like you say, he had a few offs here and there. Obviously, the first one which allowed Firepower to catch up and then overtake him, but he seems to have been a little bit lost over the last couple of laps where.
Yeah, there's something definitely not right there, isn't there? But while we wait for Bandit to get himself sorted, do stick with us. We are going to bring you race 2 straight after this. We're not going anywhere. Excuse me. So Bandit. Sorry, Mark, go on.
No, I was going to say they have got some good liveries on these cars this season.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Bandit, as in the smoking the Bandit. So then is it? I'm assuming it's like a movie themed one for the.
Do you know? I don't know. I think it could be anything, but yeah, I don't know, to be honest. But yes, there are some good liveries. That was race 1. So just bear with us while I go off and try and find race 2. Where am I going? To my collection, and thank you to Firepower for sharing the replays. So we'll just get this one loaded up, and we'll get straight into it. So as far as I'm aware, it's going to be a reverse grid, as long as it pops up on screen. Where are we?
there will
There
be
we
some
go.
consolations for the chap. So he who's last, he'll start first. So although Bandy did have a unfortunate end to the race, he will be up at the top. So there you go, so in the top
There
three.
you go.
Hawkeye.
He's in the
He also had a good start to the race as well, didn't he, in the first one? But had a few mishaps there. But hey, it's redemption for these guys. So race 2, it's another opportunity.
We'll see what they can do. So there is a mandatory pit stop in this one. You do have to use 2 compounds, mediums and hards. As you've seen, Hawkeye has already tested the hard tyres out in race 1. So he knows what they're like. He's starting on the hard. So let's have a bit of a look down the grid, shall we? And see where everybody is. So Hawkeye, as we said, on pole. Then we've got Sid the Sloth in second. Bandit is third. That's a good position for him to be starting in. So expect to see him getting his way to the front as quickly as possible. Addy is in fourth. Golden Lugnuts is fifth. System X is sixth. G Smith is seventh. Daddy Dim's eighth on the grid with Castrian in ninth. Max is 10th. Steele in 11th with race 1 winner Firepower all the way down at the back at P12. So back up to the front. And we'll get a quick look at the tyres in a minute, as Hawkeye brings them around the final turn then, and we'll just wait for the klaxon to get this race started. And there we go, we are off and running, and Sid already onto the back of Hawkeye. Sid running the medium tyres for this first stint. Bandit on the hards. Then we've got Addy, he's on the hard tyres. System X also, so is Golden Lugnuts. It looks like everybody's gone for them. Smith is on the hards. Daddy Dims, well, is there anybody on mediums?
I do believe Sid is the only one running the mediums.
He is.
Sid really he needs to get past Hawkeye so that he can put out a gap.
He's got Bandit up his exhaust pipe though, which is going to be adding a little bit of pressure. So I think what Sid needs to do is just rip that rear view mirror off of the windscreen.
That's not helped. He's got half a second penalty mark.
Oh,
so
it's
Bandit's already gone by.
He's gone by already, hasn't he? So Bandit is really not messing about. Yeah, I was going to say I think Sid needs to get rid of the wing mirrors and not have a look and see what's behind him. He just needs to concentrate on what he's doing, keep it facing the right way. But half a second is not going to help him at all. So Addy, has he got the momentum to carry on through as Sid serves his penalty there? We see the brake lights flash on, and I think Addy is going to have the momentum. He goes around the outside, but he's going to get that move done well before we get to the chicane, and System X follows him through hard onto the brakes into this left-hander, and then immediately into the right. Ooh, try and keep it on the track, on the grey stuff. There's where you want to be, Addy. A quick look behind, and that really has given System X the momentum to carry him through as they come around the final turn and across the line to start lap 2. Now then, System X is making a move for it. Where's he gone? He's on the inside. There we go. System X on the inside. Oh, great move. But Addy seemed to get the better drive out of turn 1. Oh, not another penalty.
It's quite easy to ditch them out on this track. It's at the top of which say you say turn 1, turn 2. What is that? Would you say
turn 2, turn 5? We'll get one.
Turn. Let's just say the end of turn. At the end of turn 1, you know when you cut that corner too much, just slightly a little bit tired over. But just before you get down to the edges, I do believe that's where Addy's got that half.
That's where he's picked that up from. Yeah, his second one in 2 laps, so he will be absolutely cursing. So let's have a look at the top. And Hawkeye serving a penalty as well, which is going to allow Bandit through, I'm sure, to take the lead of this race. So there we go, as Hawkeye serves the penalty. Bandit says thank you very much and gives him a wave as he goes on through. So Bandit back up into the lead then, where he likes to be and where he spent most of race 1 until that unfortunate incident. And we shall say no more about that, shall we? And we'll leave him alone. Hawkeye then into second, still running hard tyres. He loves them hard tyres, doesn't he, Hawkeye?
He does indeed. The hard tyres on Hawkeye, so yeah. I've also noticed as well, so even though Sid's running on the mediums, he's now dropped back down to 6, so he's actually got a mountain to climb at the moment.
Yeah, and when he does come into the pits to swap over, I think Sid's going to do, well, like most of us would, you're going to take those medium tyres as far as you can into this race, so he's kind of hoping that everybody before him is going to pit Oh no, you've got to keep it on the grey stuff. Or steel goes off onto the grass as well. The guys have picked up where they left off in race 1, haven't they? Of cutting the grass. I'm surprised there's any grass left, to be fair.
No, exactly, yeah.
Good job it doesn't rain a lot over there.
Yeah, they must be getting paid to trim the lawn. That's why they keep going on.
Good start from Firepower on lap 3. He started at the back in P12. He's now up to 9th. He's running the hard tyres, having a bit of a lonely race at the minute, but I'm sure that won't bother him. Then we've got Daddy Dims in 10. Same for him. Bit of a gap in front, bit of a gap behind. So great livery again on that car. Daddy Dims in 10. Then we've got Golden Lugnuts in 11th. And then Smith in 12th. So whether Smith has had an issue. So when do you think the pit stops will start to happen then, Mark, with these hard tyres?
Right, so the runners on the hard tyres, I'd imagine, I would have expected them to come in kind of like at the end of lap 3, because you don't want to be on them for too long, because I know they're the more durable of the two. So I mean, obviously Bandit and that, they've already gone through, so that shows how much I know, doesn't it? Because I'm running in Group 3s and they're all going past the pits. So what we say, lap 18, so they're on lap 4. I reckon Sid's probably going to run those mediums to what, at least probably about lap 12, lap 13.
Yeah, I think
fuel depending.
I think I think it may be a case of the fuel's going to force them into the pits before the tyres. So yeah, I think you're right. I think the hard runners may be coming in around about lap 8. I would think. I don't know. They may go to till their fuel runs out as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody's different, aren't they? So, I mean, a lot of the guys that usually race against as well, so you want to dump the hard tyres as quickly as possible. Obviously, some of these guys will be practicing like during the week to get used to the track, and they'll have like a strategy. So maybe all these guys here, especially on this car in Group 4, thinking, okay, I can get at least a good, like you say, 7 or 8 laps out of these hards, and then they can absolutely floor it for the remaining laps, for the remaining 8 laps on the mediums.
Well, to be fair, I think some of the guys running these hard tyres don't need to come in. I mean, Bandit, he's out in front, Hawkeye just behind him in second, both on the hard tyres. Do you know what? If I was them, I'd be thinking, well, I'm going to stay out. There's no point in me coming in just to change my tyres. I'm out in front, I'm comfortable. Let's just keep going. So, yeah, I think I would keep going until the fuel runs out, personally. Hawkeye in second, having a great... Well, he's already had a practice on the hard tyres, hasn't he? So he knows what he's doing.
He has indeed. I imagine the pit crew decided when he actually came in after the first race, well, might as well leave them on for your Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You know, they're all nice and worn in, so yeah, just crack them for the next race.
Maybe it's just a case of that when they came over to Atlanta, they actually forgot to bring the medium tyres with them. So who knows? Maybe they've just got a truck full of hard tyres. System X, good start to his race. We're on lap 5. He's sitting there in third at the minute. Has got Max chasing him down though, so Max in P4. Bit of a strange race for him in race 1. But did get himself on the podium. He did get on the podium, didn't he? I think he did.
Max did, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he finished third because I know that he had Bandit, but he had that slight off in his second to last lap.
Yeah.
Went on the grass and unfortunately had that collision with Bandit, so that kind of ended Bandit's charge back up onto the podium. But yeah, he was on the podium.
He's definitely got his eye on the podium again as Max, sitting there in 4th at the minute. Then we've got Addy in 5th. Let's see if we can find anybody that's battling. Castrian, he's getting stuck in again. He's in P6. Oh, and he's got Steele with him. Castrian's into the pits. I hope they've turned off the pit lane penalties for this, because it is an absolute nightmare, this pit lane entry.
Oh, everybody loves these pit lane penalties from Atlanta.
Everybody gets a penalty from Atlanta.
That's it.
If it doesn't get you on the way in, it gets you on the way out. It's a bit like Spa for that. But we're with Firepower at the minute. Let's jump on board with Firepower as we're chasing Sid down. Sid in 7th as we come through turn 2, then into the S's as Sid picks up another half second into turn 5, and I think Firepower's pretty much got that corner sorted now as he gets on underneath the rear wing of Sid as we come down towards turn 6. I think he's probably going to wait now until we exit turn 7 before making his move, and he's looking for a good exit. Doesn't really need to put the...
Oh, no, calm down.
Well held.
Well done.
As he gets on through, I'm going to say he doesn't really need to do a lot, as Sid's going to serve that penalty, but he's got the job done before they reach the penalty zone. And there we can see all of a sudden Sid just drops off a little bit. So that's firepower now up into P7. Sid down to P8.
This is going to get harder for Sid. Harder
Yeah.
Lap 6, he's on the mediums. It's a real big upward struggle now, because when everybody's been coming in for the mediums, he's going to have to put the hards on. But that's going to be a real upward climb.
They're not looking too bad at the minute, though, are they, as well? I'm just thinking how many laps we've done. We're on lap 6, well, just about to start lap 7 now, and there's still plenty left in those tyres. So
there's still plenty left in. I think when you look at the fuel as well, so it looks like 8 laps is going to be about half a tank. Half a tank, Bob, would you say that? And
yeah.
End of lap 8 be half a tank, so you might actually, your prediction may well be right. So a lot of the guys may well be coming in at the end of lap 8.
So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. Castrian down in 10th. He's got, well, he really is in no man's land, isn't he? There's nobody in front, nobody behind. It does look like, Lugnuts is into the pit, so he's decided enough is enough with the hard tyres. Look at that pit crew. Ooh, some damage on the front of his car, isn't there? As he takes on some fuel to get him to the end of the race. Then we've got Smith in 12th. He's carried on through. He's not decided to pit yet. Oh, he has. So he's already pitted. He's now out on the mediums. So Smith has already made a stop. And goes on through to 11th as Lugnuts is just on his way. It's painfully slow, isn't it, getting out of these pits?
It is, and it'd be interesting to see whether he goes over the pit lane exit, pardon me. He's really tight here as well, because it just disappears.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There's your 3 seconds. Oh, and straight out in front of Bandit as well. So Bandit will be, I'm sure, shaking his fist at Lugnuts for, a flash of the lights. I thought so, just to say, what the hell was that about?
Well, I thought he went over the line on the exit as well, so he's lucky he hasn't got 6 seconds there. I thought
he was going to get an extra 3 as well, but he get totally mugged there, hasn't he, as Bandit goes through. Hawkeye's gone through, so Lugnut's now down to 12th again, and a 3-second penalty. How unfortunate is that? As he's just been lapped as well. I've just realised he's just been lapped by Bandit and Hawkeye. Look at Hawkeye really giving Bandit some pressure, isn't he? He's just not letting him get away this time. So fantastic racing from Hawkeye to keep up with Bandit and keep him under pressure. These two having a real fight as they come down the back straight towards the chicane.
They are having a real good fight, and to be fair to you, the fuel economy on this car is actually really good, because you think he's coming up to the end of lap 8 and he's only just under half a tank.
Yeah. So that,
that's actually really good.
Oh, they're just looking after it, but neither want to come into the pitch yet. They're both on the hard tyres, and I think Hawkeye is just going to stay with Bandit, and I've got a feeling that if Bandit comes in, Hawkeye's going to come in as well.
He's going to shadow him,
yeah, I think he's going to shadow him. He's doing a fantastic job at the minute, so we'll come back up to these and see what's happening a little bit later on as Bandit tries desperately to get away from Hawkeye. Max is sitting there in 3rd. A nice bit of breathing space around him so he can just concentrate on doing his own thing. Then we've got System in 4th. We're trying to find a fight that's going on here. Addy is in 5th, Steele in 6th. Both still on the hard tyres. And we've got Firepower in 7th. Winner of race 1 is Firepower, still down in 7th. None of these guys pitted yet.
Looks like there is a fight going on. Looks like there could be one going on between Daddy and Sid the Sloth. So
Daddy Dim's sitting in 8th at the minute on the hard tyres. Sid, another. He's had about 10 minutes of penalties, hasn't he? Poor old Sid.
He has. It's not been easy, has it? In the second race, started on the mediums.
Every time we see him. And as you say, he's on those medium tyres, which he's going to have to change pretty soon and go on to the hards. Excuse me, coughing.
Yeah, it's just one of them unfortunate things for him. So yeah, like I say, he's going to serve his last second penalty. He started on the mediums. Ideally, he would have preferred to be out in front. That way it gives him a bit of breathing space, but it's just unfortunately in the second round that he's back in ninth. The mediums are pretty much done, so you'd expect him to come in maybe at the end of this lap or maybe at the end of lap 10. Just get him out of the way, because he's still got a few laps to warm up the hards anyway.
I think he'll try and do another lap, to be fair. Castrian has already pitted as well. He's now out onto the medium tyres. Smith, he's made his pit stop, and Lugnuts has made his pit stop. We've just seen he served his penalty, hasn't he now? And he's got the blue flags waving.
It must be an American thing, Mark, because the other one that's really bad for pit lane and pit exit penalties, it's Watkins Glens, yeah.
Yeah, right on the bend. It's right on the bend. Same as this one. It's the entry to this one. It's terrible because it is on a blind bend as well. Exactly. It just makes it really bad. But there we go. Same for everybody. I just wish they'd turn the penalties off, because I think it ruins the race. But there you go. Out in front then, Bandit. Still trying desperately to get away with Hawkeye, and what a fantastic race Hawkeye's having. He's just not letting Bandit get away. He's keeping that pressure on as they come down towards the chicane. We'll just stick with these two just to see if they are going to come into the pits anytime soon. Both on the hard tyres, both with about a quarter of a tank of fuel. Bandit with just a thimbleful more, but no, they've decided they're going to stay out.
Hawkeye's doing really well. You think he's done what, 29 laps now on a set of hards?
On a set of hard tyres, yeah.
So he's well used to it.
He's actually having a fantastic. I bet he's absolutely loving it out there. Max is in third. He's just managing to get by Golden Lugnuts as they get into turn one. So got the job done there to get the overtake done. Steele in fourth. Then we've got System and Firepower both into the pits, get a change of boots and a bit of a splash of fuel. So earlier stop for those two guys. Then we've got Sid, Castrian, Addy, Smith in 11th with Lugnuts down in 12th. So Bandit and Hawkeye deciding to stay out. Max has stayed out. Now then, none of these guys have pitted yet. Oh, Sid. Oh, that's not where we need you to be. So the top six. Oh, Castrian has. So the top five. None of the top five have actually pitted yet. Castrian has, but how far away is he? So this could be interesting for Castrian, actually.
It could. I expect the top five to start coming in surely around about now. Because they want to get the maximum use out of those mediums.
It just seems to me that they're going to try and take it as far as they can with the fuel tank. Bandit. Oh, Hawkeye's in. I thought he'd crashed. He's not crashed. He's come in. So Hawkeye's trying the undercut. So this is going to be interesting. Bandit really needs to put a fantastic in-lap now if he wants to get into the pits and back out again in front of Hawkeye. Hawkeye into the pits, fresh set of boots and a splash of fuel for him. Where's he going to come back out? Where is Steele? Steele moves, he's in P4. Is he going to get over Hawkeye? Yes, he does. So Steele moves up into P3.
How strong do you think the undercut is on this, Mark?
Do you know what? I don't think it will work if you can get a fantastic outlap. I think Bandit is maybe just a bit too quick, actually. If this is his in-lap, he could get another lap out of those tyres if he wanted to. I'm thinking more of the fuel, actually. So if Bandit wanted to, he could get another lap in, which might just increase that lead just that little bit more. Max, I've got a feeling Max might come in.
Very consistent lap times.
Steele has got to come in. He's got no fuel left. And Hawkeye, who has made his stop in fourth, he's still looking at a podium for me. Actually, I'm going to stick my 50p on Hawkeye, I think.
Hawkeye on the podium?
Hawkeye on the podium. I don't know which step he's going to be on, but I'm going to say Hawkeye's going to get himself on the podium. So let's just have a look and see if anybody's coming in. Bandit is he's staying out. I thought he would. Max is in, yeah.
Bandit's doing some really good fuel saving.
Yeah, he's going to have to come in at the end of this lap, but yeah, I think this, like we said earlier, I think he's going to try and do these extra couple of laps just to open up the gap between himself and Hawkeye. But what he's actually doing is he's allowing Hawkeye to heat his tyres up.
Exactly. So what's Bandit's last two lap times? So 29, 28, as opposed to what's Hawkeye doing now on the mediums?
So Hawkeye back up into P2. P10 was his fastest for 28. 32. Oh, what was the 32? Oh, that was when he came in, was it? No, 59 is when he came in. Let's just have a look. If you look at the map in the top right hand corner, that little red triangle is Bandit, and then if we go down to Hawkeye, that is where Hawkeye is. Now then, I think Bandit can get into the pits and back out again ahead of Hawkeye. I think Bandit has enough time.
He's coming up to the chicane now, isn't he? So I do believe, if he comes in now, he might well just come out. He'll come out just in front of Hawkeye.
He's going to do another lap. So Bandit is the way. He's going to do another lap then. Yeah, a 28.7. Let's just have a look and see what Hawkeye. Well, he's on the back straight now. So Bandit really is pushing hard, isn't he? Hawkeye in second. Castrian has moved up into third. So this is a good result for Castrian. Pitted very early, didn't he? Onto the medium tyres. Has he got enough fuel to make it to the end of the race? Yeah, I think he should have.
He should have, but he's coming under pressure from Max anytime soon as well, so that'd be interesting.
He's probably going to use a bit more fuel than he really wanted to, as you say, battling away with Max, but Max is determined to get himself on that podium again, isn't he? What was Max? Oh, it's not really recording anything, is it, because of his pit stop? So Max currently in fourth, but he is getting very close to the back of Castrian. Firepower, he's made his pit stop sitting there in fifth. Just ahead of Steele, who looks like he's on a proper mission, doesn't he? Let's jump on board with Steele as we come up towards turn one and try and get onto the back of Firepower. Firepower seemed to linger on the brakes there, I thought, Mark.
He did. Basically, on that corner there, you need to hang out as far to the left as you can. Just drop down to fourth and just keep your foot firmly planted on the noisy pedal, as you say. But around here, they need to cut as much as that curve as they can. So you see where they don't end up too much on it?
Yeah.
Ideally, what you want to try and do down through those is it's almost like you want to go in a straight line. They're basically just cutting each corner. But I mean, he's braking now just at the 200 metre marker board. So.
Well, sorry to interrupt, Mark. We've got the race leader is into the pits. He's just got himself some fresh tyres and a splash of fuel.
Hawkeye.
So Hawkeye is just coming past the pit entry. So I think Bandit is so slow, isn't it? You could push it quicker. You can almost see him pushing the car along. Hawkeye
it's going to be close.
This is going to be very close. Oh, don't fall foul of the penalty. Well, he's got himself out there, hasn't he?
He has. He's out there back in number one. And you think on this track then, so basically the overcut has worked.
The overcut has worked. Well, Bandit did do another 3 laps on top of when Hawkeye came in. So Bandit back out. I'm just looking in the distance. There is Hawkeye. So there is now a decent gap between the two of them. Although Bandit has got cold tyres, it's not going to take long to warm up. Hawkeye up to full temperature on his tyres.
He is up to full temperature on his tyres, but he is a little bit more weight because he's got more fuel in the car as well.
Yeah, and his last lap, what was his 28.3? So it'd be interesting. There's no point looking at Bandits because he was been into the pits, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on. Castrian, however, let's just go back and have a look at that. Probably gone too far, but who cares? We'll have a look. Max really putting the pressure on Castrian as they go through turn 5, both very cleanly up towards turn 6. Now, did Castrian go just a little bit too deep, maybe a little bit too late on the brakes? No, he got through turn 6 okay. Oh, that was a bit of a hurry up. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was.
I don't know. What would you say to that? If you look at that, I mean, he didn't. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one, Mark. I don't know. I mean, they're both still on track, so.
Yeah, they are, and they're both facing the right way. Personally, I think Max ought to give him the place back. I think he's got the pace. I think give him the place back, and then he can take him again another time. But yeah, it's one of them things. It wasn't a major crash, but it's now up to Castrian to try and put the pressure on Max. I think Max might just open up a bit of a decent gap now, though. He's got himself on the podium. He's got his medium tyres on. He's got plenty of fuel, so he can get the hammer down. Castrian, though, no slouch.
He is no slouch. And you can imagine a team boss. Who would you imagine it would be? Like someone like Toto on the phone to Massey. It's not right, Michael. It's not right. You have to give it back.
And there we go. We do impressions as well, all free of charge. It's all part of the package. It is all part of the package.
How did he do that? No, Mikey. No.
Is it Toto or is it Arnie? I can't remember. Do you know what? When you talk to Castrian, that's how he sounds. No, it's not. It's Phaser. Phaser is the Terminator. That's right.
They do all sound
Castrian is Barry White. Castrian is he's got the sexiest voice in URL as Castrian.
It's fantastic voices. Yeah, I do remember saying that to the wife when Toto talks. He reminds me of Arnie because they are from the same country, aren't they, as well?
Phaser is, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Anyway,
Great
let's get back onto the racing, shall we? Anyway, so Bandit out in front, lap 16 of 18. Hawkeye in second. It does look like he's gaining, actually. He's getting a little bit closer. Max has got himself into third, and I was going to say he's opening up a very slight gap back to Castrian, but these two are going to have a good old battle right towards the end. Castrian's tyres looking a little bit worn now, especially on the front left. So he's got to be careful with that.
He does need to be a little bit careful with that one, yeah, because he said he's going to drop below, what's that one, about 25% now on the front left for Castrian?
Front left, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more, and he's going to start feeling that as he's going around the bend. So
he'll start to suffer a bit with that. Firepower in fifth. A nice steady race for Firepower. Kept out of trouble. Practically raced on his own for most of it. But he's there in fifth, and let's have a look who's behind him. Steele. The gap, I think, is just being maintained. Let's have a look. So Firepower's last lap was a 28.4. Steele was a 29.4, so a second slower on the last lap then for Steele. So giving Firepower just a little bit more breathing space. Then we've got System X. He's having a good old battle with Daddy Dims. Let's stick with these two. Oh, no. Oh dear, front, back, engine, everything. That is
brutal, isn't it? That corner there, if you go off, the sheer amount of damage.
He's had an off.
Dishes out.
Yeah, he's had an off before this. He's got damage at the front and back, which is probably what's caused him to go off, to be fair. Now he's got engine damage as well. So that is pretty much race over for System X. And he's got the fuel light on as well. So
that's unfortunate for him.
He might just about squeeze the last lap if he looks after that fuel, but well, yeah.
He did it to barrier pretty hard, so I'm surprised he hasn't split the fuel tank. So he wants to be careful there.
He does need to be careful. Now he's got Addy all over the back of him as they come through the S's into turn 5, and Addy can sense that P9 is his as System X. He's got over the damage now and he's back up to full speed, but he's got to be careful of that fuel. Let's just have a look and see what's happening up at the front. We don't want to miss anything as Bandit out in front on his final lap through the S as he goes. Hawkeye, well, he's got to get past Golden Lugnuts, hasn't he? And I think it's just too much to do for Hawkeye. I don't think he's going to get close enough to Bandit.
I think he'll be happy with second, though, to be fair.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
You think the race that Bandit and Hawkeye have had in this second round, and as quick as they are as well, but our man Castrian, he's still holding the fastest lap for the track, so 1:27.
He is a 27.4. Yeah, Bandit, his fastest is a 27.8 as he comes down the back straight for the final time as he comes down towards the chicane. Hawkeye in second, following him closely. Max in third, Castrian in fourth, Firepower in fifth. But we're going to go back up to Bandit as he comes around the final time then. The final turn, for the last time in this second race. So a good win for Bandit and thoroughly deserved it. Unlucky in race 1, but certainly made up for it in race 2. Hawkeye, fantastic race for Hawkeye to take P2. He'll be pleased with that. Max on the podium again.
Double podium for Max. Congratulations.
So well done. Yeah, well done to Max. Castrian, good effort from Castrian.
Keep it up.
Is he going to get it? Yeah, he's not under any pressure at the minute, is he? No, so Castrian can just about make it across the line with a thimble full of fuel firepower. He'll take 5th, with Steele coming in a very close 6th. Excuse me. Daddy Dims just coming into the chicane for the final time then. Daddy Dims is going to take 7th. Again, Fuel Light, they've timed it to perfection with the fuel, haven't they, these guys?
Exactly that. So obviously these cars are actually quite good on the fuel, as we've seen with this track as well. It's a very tight track. Yeah, we have had a few offs here and there, but virtually the majority of the time they've kept it on track. So it's actually been a real pleasure watching these guys go around.
It's been a tough race, hasn't it? As Smith goes over in 8th, then Addy in 9th. Sid finishing in 11th with Golden Lug Nuts in 12th, and System X. Oh, System X has run out of fuel. He's going downhill now though, so he should be able to roll. He's going to freewheel it across the line. Hopefully he doesn't have to get the mechanics to come and push him. He's got to take it back to the panel shop though, hasn't he? Get some of those dents repaired.
He needs a new fuel tank as well by the looks of it, because it looks like it all leaked out.
Good job it's a Corvette.
Yep.
And it's all plastic. So that was races 1 and 2 for the AM2 guys. Next week, as I say, next week is the start of the endurance races, and we will bring you the up-to-date table for these guys as well. The league table for we'll do all that next week. So join us then. I will definitely be back. Hopefully Mark will be back as well, but we shall see.
Yep, it's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure watching these races with you, Mark, and commentating. So yeah, I'm the honour's mine to be here with you tonight. So thank you very much.
It's great to have you here, Mark, especially with me coughing away. Sorry to anybody listening to that.
I could barely hear you, Mark. So yeah.
I shall have this cough for a few weeks yet. But yeah, so join me again next week. Then where are we? I think we're at. We're over in Australia at. Bathurst at Mount Panorama, I think, aren't we?
It is Bathurst. Let me have a look. So this is the start of the endurance half of the season, isn't it? So this is where strategy is key now.
Absolutely hate that track.
Yeah, it's a love-hate track, isn't it? But you know, again, it's a bit like Road Atlanta, because it's quite narrow, not very many places to pass. Other than a few down the, I can never. Is it the Conrad Straight, as they call it? Is that the one down the back?
The Bathurst, yes, the Conrad Straight, yeah.
Yeah, I mean there are a couple of other places to pass, like Turn 2, as I love passing around now myself. But,
yeah, it's a tough track, so it's going to be some great racing there next week, I'm sure. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Remember, if you did enjoy these, please hit that like button, and if you've not already subscribed, do me a massive favour, and if you could subscribe, it does help me out, and it gets us URL a little bit more coverage. I just want to say once again, thank you very much to Mark for joining me, and I hope we see you all next week.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.